and more familiar to me over the years, because last year I was here also giving the speech, and then 2 years ago, sitting in your seats as a fresh-faced, doe-eyed incoming UBC student as well. So, just like most of you, I'm also an awards winner, one of the 2 UBC Schulich scholars. And now, before I go on, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that we may all be coming from different places, and that's totally okay. Like me, you might have lived your whole life here in Canada, or you may be from a country across the globe. One thing I know, though, is that we are all going to be making Vancouver our new home for the next few years. Though we may be coming from different places and spaces, both literally and metaphorically, it's this diversity that makes our community so strong. Through my past 2 years on campus, I've met a great number of people who do indeed come from different backgrounds, but it is really because of this that we are able to build a community so much better than what it would have been. Diversity brings perspective and excitement to UBC and helps really shape this campus into something truly special. And no matter where you're from, I can almost guarantee that everyone is able to build a new home here. So last year I gave out 3 pieces of advice that I think would benefit a first-year student during their first year at UBC. However, this year I wanted to share 3 pieces of advice that I received from others around me during my time here. Though not really entirely my own, these pearls of wisdom have shaped and really do continue to shape what I make of my time here. So someone once told me that you are the average of your 5 closest friends. And no, I'm not just asking you to pick 5 friends or anything that has to do with a math equation, thank goodness. But what I do mean is to look for and surround yourself with like-minded individuals. People who have similar ideals and goals and who will motivate you to become a better person than you are today. Because good friends don't appear by accident, and great friendships are created intentionally. So look around this room right now. Everyone here is passionate about something, no matter what that something might be. So know that there are like-minded individuals here, and that we are all here to support each other. So whether in this room, on campus clubs, or even recreational teams, there are infinitely many opportunities to meet and to connect. So don't let these opportunities slip by you, because you never know where you might find your 5 friends. And one of my pastors once told me a question that I'm always revisiting. And the question is, what are the ingredients to connection so that we build a community as a byproduct of our everyday actions? Both on campus and off, I constantly find myself asking and fascinated by how groups form and how a group of people stay together. And over the years, I've searched high and low for tips and tricks. I've used strategies proven by research and those passed on from alumni. But the more I try these so-called shortcuts, the more I've decided that it is really not any special method that contributes to success, but rather another element that distinguishes a connected group from one that is not. And this element is effort. The reason I'm telling you this story is not because I expect everyone here to lead clubs or on-campus groups in their futures, but because I believe that everyone, yes, even the self-professed introverts in the room, have a deep inherent desire to connect and to belong. Stepping into a new environment can be very, very scary, but also understand that the extra effort you put into saying hi to a new person, during your first lecture, or even going up to your professor and shaking their hand after class, or even tapping into networks, such as this group of scholars here, will result in connections. Connections which, with each repeated smile and handshake and conversation, all contribute to the beginnings of a community. And now with my last point, I want to introduce you to a quote that my counselor wrote in my yearbook on the day of my graduation. He wrote that excellence is not an act, but a habit, because we are what we continuously do. And though this quote carries a lot of weight, it also alleviates me from having to worry about the insignificant details in the grand scheme of things. At the end of the day, the results of one bad exam and the hundreds that you will write during your time here will not define you. However, while saying this, I also want to remind us that excellence is not merely quantifiable by grades, and that your identity is shaped by so much more than academia. So pursue excellence no matter what it is you find yourself doing. As scholars, I know that our lives are filled with so many projects and new ideas, but should anything be of disappointment over the next few years, know that the chase for excellence is a never-ending journey, and that one slip is just an act, but that excellence is your habit. We scholars are analogous to marathoners, who are all different, coming from various countries and backgrounds and cultures, but who are all connected, if even for a short while, by this race and the pursuit of achieving your personal best. So my encouragement to you is this: while you may find yourself busy running, it is often so much easier to run when you choose to look up and around at those who are running alongside you. So if anything, you can encourage each other on the way. Whether you're conscious of it or not, each individual here will play a role in shaping this community over the next few years. And though you cannot shy away from this inevitable truth, you do have control over how you will choose to participate, whether you'll be passive or active, reactive or proactive. And at the end of it all, I'm thankful to be here today, not really as an expert, not as a guru who has figured everything out, but simply as someone who has allowed my community to guide me, inspire me, and accompany me on this journey. So I hope that you too will choose to play an active role in building this community and allow it to shape your UBC experience.